Well, welcome to the 7 o'clock talk at
8 o'clock.
almost 8 o'clock. We were at a school board meeting talking about masks. So it was quite entertaining to say the least.
Actually, it was infuriating. There was no entertainment.
It was infuriating for her. And honestly, I just feel really, really bad for the school board and those places that have to deal with being between people and being between their kids, their people, and um, politics. I mean, it's they say it's not about politics, but I really tend to disagree. So, um, that with that being said, we're going to talk about how Dr. Miller has been bad and what he's going to do. And we're going to talk about um, trying to be healthy in this environment, in this day and age. I mean, we just saw how many people you think were in that?
Maybe 75.
75, 80 people. We saw 75 to 80 people and just division. I kind of thought it was a circus at first because people are screaming and yelling and
Well, only
power
one
tripping.
person, actually, only one person was screaming and power tripping, which was supposed to be the leader of the committee. The common people were calm and cool.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So let's look at how I've been bad and I'll explain what I've done. So as you know, we've been to California. Came back we've been back for about a month. And while we were there, we weren't incredibly bad. We did go out to eat a few times. And I'm going to show you what happened to me when I started going out to eat. And then after I started going out to eat, it continued on for a little less than a month. And in a little less than a month, I took my blood chemistry and totally screwed it up. So if you look at this first page here, I am 6'1". I generally say I'm 220 to 230 pounds. I stepped on the scale and I am 246.2 pounds. Way, that puts my BMI way out of range. Hello, Kathy.
Hey, Miss Kathy.
So I did my waist to hip ratio, and my waist to hip is 43. So I am a ratio of a 1. Males should be at less than 0.9, and women should be at less than 0.85. So this is a stratification of risk. So right now, you know that I am at increased risk for cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So that's one thing that we do here at the clinic. We do look at how to stratify where you're at. So those are my beginning anthropomorphics, or basically it's my beginning where I'm starting at. I did a BIA on myself. And what the BIA does is it runs 273 currents through your body, and it starts to stratify how your body is composed. So I'm really not too bad. I am 22.3% body fat, and I should be at 18.6. So really not off by too much, but it's still a lot more. I like to be right at about 20%. That's where I like to be. They're saying with some exercise, I should be at 18.6. If I get down to 18, so be it. I really don't care. I feel good. My hormones seem to be pretty good. Physically, I look pretty decent at 20% or less body fat. The next thing I look at is I start to get an idea of what is called phase angle. Phase angle equals cell health. You have to have a healthy cell wall to create the electrical potential to keep the cells healthy and alive. And this is a measure of your fat on the cell. This is a measure of the water inside the cell, the water outside the cell, and the amount of minerals that you have. And as you can see, I took a hit. I'm still above, well, I just turned 51, so I get to drop down a little more, but I'm still within healthy for a 51-year-old. I don't like that. I want to get back up into this 8 to 8.1 area, and right now I am at 7.1, which, like I said, is still healthy, but it's not where I want to be. And you can see I've been recording my cell health since 06, when I abbreviated the pages. Here we're looking at November 4th. I was a 7-1. And so, like I said, I do not like to be that low. And so I am going to work on body comp. And I know what to do to help my cells get better. And once again, this is with eating out one meal 2 to 3 times a week for less than a month.
That was him, not me.
Yes, that was all me. Stress eating. I would run through Taco Bell and get a burrito supreme or a taco supreme, thinking that I was healthy and I could take the hit. And so you look at that, and that is less than a month at how toxic that food is to me. And if it is to me, it is to everybody else. Because I do a lot more than a lot of other people. So next, we start to look at my fluids. So this is an indication of how toxic the body is. Inside the cell is where you want the water. If you are toxic, or you have heavy metal poisoning, toxic poisoning, or if your insulin goes up, your blood sugar is running too high and all that jazz, you will start to take water from inside the cell and shoot it to outside the cell. And so I should be at 63 and I am at 59. So I have polluted my system, which I knew I had anyway. I just didn't think I had done it that bad. Next thing we look at is we see my fluid profile, and we see how I have kind of gone along. And we can see now, this is September of 21 going to November of 21. We can see my phase angle bounce around. And right here in September, I was really paying attention. We were riding bikes, we were getting exercise, we were really paying attention to what we were eating, and my phase angle jumped up to 7.8. Then if we come down and we look, here's something to really think about. I have 10 extra liters of water on myself. So let's just say I have 10 liters. 3 liters equals 1 gallon. 1 gallon equals 8 pounds. So I have 24 pounds of water weight on me, extra water weight, because of basically fast food. And this isn't even the worst of the story. I decided to take my labs. And I was like, okay, let's see where I'm at. So here's my previous report. Here's my previous result. And here's my current result. We want LDLP to be less than 1,000. I went from 2155 to 2800. We want the LDLs to be between 0 and 99. I was trending down, and I had trended down to a 175, and I just jumped it back up to 243. My triglycerides were perfect, and now I can be considered metabolic syndrome. And why do I say I can be called metabolic syndrome? This is also pre-diabetic, because my waist is above 40 inches. I am hypertriglyceride. I have too many triglycerides.
Hyperlipidemia.
I am hyperlipidemia. And see, I only have to have 3. So my waist size is off, my lipids are off, and my fasting blood sugar is at 100 again. Actually, a little bit over. We start to see once again, this is a stratification. This tells you at what risk you are. So luckily, my fats are trending the wrong way. But as we will see, my insulin resistance risk, I haven't affected my insulin too terribly bad. But my small LDLP should be less than 527. It actually did go down, which stunned me. And my HDL size, it should be greater than 9.2. It went up a little bit too. So something a little wonky there, but that's okay. That's in my favor. My LPIR score. So this is my lipid insulin resistance score. I am less than 25. That puts me way down here at very low. Now, my lipids put me at a pattern B, which is at risk for cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and all kinds of stuff that go along with that wonderful stuff. This is just because I've been so good in the past, my insulin didn't take that bad of a hit. So that is where I'm at. I've started to pay attention to the 4 pillars. I am paying attention to my sleep. My nutrition now is spot on. And in 3 months, we're going to retake this and we're going to see where I'm at. My movement, I'm not exercising yet. Next week, she gets to get back on the bike. I've really been itching to get back into the gym, so that might all happen at once. And that's where we're at. So now for the public service announcement.
Don't eat Taco Bell.
No.
Burger King,
kidding.
McDonald's, or whatever.
Don't hit the fast food. But it's really hard. It's really hard to be healthy in an environment like this. And not only that, we have the ability, we have the knowledge, we have the monetary means, we have all of that stuff to be healthy and to buy organic foods and stuff like that. And a lot of people do, but the people that are on fixed incomes, we really feel bad for them because most of them are on multiple medications. And how much are they paying for their medications?
Lots of money.
So they're all on multiple medications. So they're spending their money there rather than spending their money on their kitchen. And you can see how important the kitchen is. And the older we get, the more important the kitchen is.
Yeah, I get on my little soapbox because a lot of the people on disability, they get like $900 a month. And I can speak personally from somebody that I really care about. $900 a month is not much, especially when you own a house and you have taxes and you have insurance and you own a car. You need gasoline. And then if you aren't as healthy as you could be and you got a couple of prescriptions, those things can cost $50, $100 and more, depending on what they are. And this person has a purse full of them that they carry around. So they're having to determine, am I going to pay my bills or am I going to get my meds or am I going to eat? So, we sit here and we harp, oh, you got to eat good. You got to drink good water. You got to do this and you got to do that. And that's great. But there's just a whole lot of people out there that don't have the ability. So they're doing the best they can, which is why they, eat ramen noodles and macaroni and cheese, and they buy off the clearance rack, because for them, they're just trying to survive. So there's a whole lot of people out there that's just trying to survive. And we have taken health in food, and you can't you can't buy healthy food on a fixed income or on a budget unless you're going to grow it yourself, and it takes a whole lot of work, and most of the people that are on disability can't do that. And it's actually really heartbreaking.
And that's one of the reasons why we're growing a garden, because we'll be able to help people. If you're listening to this and you have the means to help somebody with organic food, do it, because they need help. If you know somebody who does have multiple medications, who is doing that stuff, get them help, teach them.
Or better yet, just cook the food and take it to them. Yeah, I mean, here we are. It's November. It's the month of Thanksgiving. Help your neighbor. I love old people. Old people, I just love. In all of them. That's my thing. But if you have people and you don't have any old people, all our old people are almost gone. Adopt some old people. That neighbor that's next door that struggles, you're already cooking for yourself or your family. Buy a little extra. Prep the meals, drop it off. Can you ask them? Can you help them?
Invite them over.
Exactly.
Community is one
socialize.
of the pillars.
The reason why elderly don't eat well, most of the time, is social. There's no reason to sit there and eat, because there's nothing to. There's socializing is so important to eating. Yeah, invite them over, or better yet, make the food and take it over to them. But reach out to somebody. Buy them food, prep the food, go visit them, or just adopt somebody, even if it's just through the holidays. It means nothing to you, and it's an hour of your time, which everybody is always, I don't have any time, but make the time. It's an hour, just an hour a week.
Slow down and make the time.
It's just an hour to you, but I guarantee to the person that you're going to spend that hour with, it's the world.
So it's that, and it'll do you good. Releases oxytocin, releases endorphins, releases all kinds of things in you. So the shameless plug for the clinic. If you're having problems, and I'm human, I wish I walked on water, but we know how to get you out of this stuff, and that's what we're here for, and that's what we're here to do. And when we need help, we ask for it, and we generally try to get people the help they need in a timely manner. We can stratify risk. We've seen multiple patients this week with blood sugar, cholesterol. We've done all of that stuff and stratified the risk, and caught several younger people now in their 20s, late 20s and early 30s that are more unhealthy than me. Their cholesterol looks worse. We had a triglycerides of greater than 500 this week. And the dude was like, I didn't know. And I was like, we don't. It's quiet. You can't tell. So stratify your risk. If you need help with that, let us know. We always do the 20-minute complimentary consultation, and we love to help people. So thank you. Visit our website, indianachiropractic.com, or Integrated Health of Indiana, newsletters.
If you're local, come
tips.
See us.
Yeah, go check out our YouTube page. That is Integrated Health of Indiana on YouTube. And we have over almost 60 hours worth of education on there. So thank you. Be safe. Don't get in fights over masks. It's just dumb.
Exactly.
See ya.
See ya.